Alright, first and foremost, I'm going to say honor and praises be unto Yahweh Shemel Shai Shem Rakah Kodash, double honors unto the apostles and elders of GreatMillStone, and shalom to the sincere elect out there teaching this truth in sincerity and faith, man. But basically, a point I want to basically speak, why people out there, man, in this world hate you, man. And it's simple and plain to the point, because the spirit of Yahweh Shai is upon us, man. You might be there, man, at work, everything might seem to be cool, and then out of nowhere, you're catching hell, man. People are coming against you, or you might be at, home or whatever, and everyone in your household comes against you, or things as such. People come against us because the spirit of the Lord is upon us, and although they can't explain how they feel or say what they feel when we are around them, we as spiritual men, as prophets of the Lord, understands that just being around them, our spirit, the spirit which is upon us, condemns them, because our spirit is righteous and their spirit is wicked, man. So that's why sometimes you might be just going down to the road somewhere to get stuff from the shop, and then you see people just staring at you with a bugged out look, like this guy is spittle. Or you might be at work and your supervisors and managers and shit have an eye out onto you, because why? The spirit of the Lord upon you condemns them, and you've got this light, and they're in darkness, man. That's because why? The spirit of the Lord is upon us. This is John 7:7. The world cannot hate you, but me it hateth, because I testify of it that the works thereof are evil. That's right. The world don't come against us because you're just you. And what I mean is that, prime example is this: before you came the truth, everyone who you knew in the world was cool with you, man. Everyone spoke to you. Everyone's cool with you. But now that you're in the truth, those same people who used to be like tight with come against you. Why? Because the spirit of the Lord which is upon you condemns their spirit, and this truth condemns them, man. And they just can't take the fact that they are in wickedness and we are in righteousness. That we're on the path of salvation and they're on the path of death, because everything is made 2 and 2. This is Ecclesiasticus 33:14. Good is set against evil, and life against death. So is the sinner against the godly, so is the godly against the sinner, and the sinner against the godly. That's right. Good is set against evil, and we are that good, man. We are the good, and they are that evil, man. So that's why people feel a certain type of way, and really that should give you faith. If you're pushing this truth and people just coming against you, people scoffing against you, or people just feel hate on towards you, that means you're doing something good. Because why? How Shai and all the ancient prophets are old were all hated too, and we are here again. We are those exact same men here again, and guess what? We are hated forth too. Is 2 Corinthians 6:14. Be ye not unequally yoked together with unbelievers. So in understanding that you've got this truth and their wickedness, one thing you got to make sure you do is, of course, I mean, it's a simple thing, but obviously there's people in the truth that don't understand this point. So it's important to, you know, speak on this point. And that simple point is this: you know, if you're still around people who ain't in the truth, or still around people who ain't in this word that, you know, are totally off, don't keep company with them. Because say, you know, you still go around all your 2/3 friends which you had before this truth, you used to smoke weed and sniff drugs and sell drugs, or in a trap house. If you think, you know, I'm in the truth of the Lord who's got His Spirit on me, and you say, you know what, yeah man, I'm gonna go to a club with those people, so on and so forth, you might go to a club with them and end up getting shot, you know, end up getting killed just because of something like that. This is 2 Corinthians 6:14. Be ye not unequally yoked together with unbelievers. For what fellowship have righteousness with unrighteousness, and what communion has light with darkness? You know, that's right, man. Be ye not unequally yoked together with unbelievers. For what fellowship have righteousness with unrighteousness, and what communion have light with what? With darkness? And what concord have Mashiach with Belial? Or what part had he that believeth with an infidel? So we have no place to be with those who are unbelievers, you know. And those people who are unbelievers come against us. Why? Because the Spirit of the Lord is upon us, you know. So don't be afraid, you know, when people hate you for this truth's sake. This is 1 John 3:13. Right? Marvel not, my brethren, if the world hate you. We know that we have passed from death unto life. So look, man, we've come back from the dead, man. Just how the Lord, you know, died and rose up. That's the same thing to us in this truth. We're dead and we've come back unto life, man. But those are people out there are still dead. Proverbs 21:16. The man that is out of the way of understanding is in the congregation of dead. Right? It says, we know that we have passed from death unto life, because we love the brethren. He that loveth not his brother abideth from death. You know? That's right. This is Wisdom of Solomon 2. For the ungodly reasoning with themselves, but not aright. It says, the life is short and tedious, and in the death of a man there is no remedy. Neither was there any man known to return from the grave, which is what these people who don't have the truth are saying, man. Because in saying that, they always say, what, you only live once, so do what you please, blah blah blah. Which come from what? From not having fear. For we are born at all adventure, and we are hereafter as though we have never been. For the breath of our nostrils is as smoke, and a little spark in the moving of our heart, which being extinguished, our body shall be turned into ashes, and our spirit shall vanish as a soft air. Our name shall be forgotten in time, and no man shall have our works in remembrance. And our life shall pass away as the trace of a cloud, and shall be dispersed as a mist that is driven away with the beams of the sun, and overcome with the heat thereof. For our time is a very shadow that passeth away, and after our end there is no returning, for it is fast sealed, so that no man come again. So that's what people are saying, man. They're faithless, they're proud, they're what? They are wicked. You know? Come on, therefore, let us enjoy the good things that are present, and let us speedily use the creatures as like as new. So that's what, and that's what we see primarily in this time period now. People now are the most faithless that this earth has ever been in. This is just faithless. You know, they have no regard for this truth. You know, okay, you know, we only live once, so let's just smoke weed and sniff crack and enjoy life, man. But we as a hopeful elect have fear for the Lord. That they are in darkness, we are in light. And see, as you can see, their thought of thinking, their way of life is totally adverse unto ours. So if that's that, and that comes both with a spirit and a vibration, obviously there will be conflict, and obviously they will have a problem with you, man. But who gives a shit, right? Let us fill with costly wine and almonds, and let the flower of the spring pass by us. Let us crown ourselves with rosebuds before they withered. Let none of us go without as part of our voluptuousness. Let us leave the tokens of our joyfulness in every place, for this is our portion, and our lot is this. It says, let us oppress the poor, the humble, right? Let us oppress the poor, righteous man. Let us not spare the widow, nor reverence the ancient grey hairs of the age. Let our strength be as a law of justice, for that which is feeble is found nothing worth. So they greatly, these people in this world greatly despise us because they observe us as weak and feeble, man. Just goes what we trust in this truth, and we trust upon the Lord. It says, therefore, let us lie in wait for the righteous. These people hate us because why? We push His word and are righteous, because He's not of our turn. So that's right. That's why people come against you. They come against you because you ain't into the same shit as them. Yo, bro, you smoke this blood? Nah, bro, man, I don't smoke. Why, blood? What you say? You don't smoke blood? All that shit, you know. It says, and he says, therefore, let us lie in wait for the righteous, because he is not of our turn, and he is clean and contrary to our doings. That's right, as I was saying, we're contrary unto them, so they come against us. He upbraideth us with our offending the law, and objective to our infamy, the transgressions of our edification. That's right, because we understand what we understand. When we see that they're going off, i.e., you know, out there teaching the truth, we come against them, man. It says, for he professes to have the knowledge of God, and calleth himself the child of the Lord. He was made to reprove our thoughts. That's right, because we were made to reprove their thoughts. That's why they come against us, you know. He is grievous unto us even to behold, for his life is not like other men's. His ways are of another fashion. That's right. That's why they come against us, man. For we are esteemed of him as counterfeits. He abstained from our ways as from filthiness. He pronounceth the end of the just to be blessed, and maketh a boast that God is his father. Yeah, it says, let us see if his words be true, and let us prove what shall happen in the end of him. For if the just man be the son of God, he will help him and deliver him from the hand of his enemies. And that's what's about to happen, man. The actual Lord is gonna bring into account all the words which you've spoken into judgment, man. Because you've come against us, because you've all come against us. The Lord's gonna bring everything that you've spoken against us into account in judgment. It says, let us examine him with despitefulness and torture, that we may know his meekness and prove his patience. That's how these people think. Because we are meek and patient and say we wait upon the Lord, they come upon us, come against us even way more and more. And even though they might not exactly say those exact words, that comes with a spirit, a vibe, i.e. that's why they come against you, you know. But you know, that's really the point, man. You know, and at a time will come where we shall receive a gift, man, for that we've done. But the point is to understand is that these people come against you because our spirit condemns them, and they are all in darkness, man. You know. So with that, I'm gonna say, let me see if I have anything else. See if I have anything else. Yeah. This is John 15 and 18. If the world hate you, you know that it hated me before it hated you. If you were of the world would love his own. But because you are not of the world, but I have chosen you out of the world, therefore the world hated you. So the reason why people come against us, the reason why people hate us, because guess what? We were chosen out of this world to condemn this world. And if we endure unto the end, we shall receive a reward of righteousness. And if these people who will come against the truth can continue, they shall receive the reward of destruction. You know. So with that, I'm gonna say, all honor and praise be to Yahweh Shai. Go on onto the puzzles, and all was a great millstone. And with that, I'm gonna say, Shalom.